Hey again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Wheel of Albums. Along with my brother Adam and our friend Jack, I am Justin. And what we do here on Wheel of Albums is we spin a wheel of Robert Dimer's 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die, the book that he has. And then the three of us listen to that album for a week and we decide if it's something we think you must hear before you die. We made it to a second season. Welcome. This is our first episode of this season. And with Jack, he spun 1972's number one record from Big Star.
The wheel pulled up Big Star's number one record. Was looking forward to it. I didn't really remember what songs were Big Stars, what were Alex Chilton, what was Box Tops, and I just remembered that they were influential, but somehow I was way more excited than I was for some of the others that we had been listening to.
Season 2's coming in hot and heavy with an album I've heard a few times. And, this one goes way past that 70s theme show song In the Street by these guys. And it feels only fitting we start out the season with a little theme song introduction. So here we go. We're hanging out down the street, the same old thing we did last week. So excited to dissect and dig a little deeper into this very acclaimed record.
What a story. What a band. Fame eluded them. If you go back and listen to those couple albums they did in the 70s, they were a very talented band. Very excited when Jack spun this on the wheel this week. I have a CD copy I picked up that is both of number one record and Radio City, their following album. It had been a while. If anything, I was having troubles remembering what was Radio City and what was number one record. So I had to just concentrate on the number one record. No September Girls, no Oh My Soul, and I just had to concentrate on what was number one record, and I had fun doing that.
The Alex Chilton compositions kind of stick out the most to me. I mean, the song 13 is great, and the Ballad of El Goodo is so goodo. That's the best thing on the album by far. I love the Ballad of El Goodo. It's, like I said, El Goodo.
During the Bell-Chilton debate, I'm going to have to say, although I'm actually split on this particular album, I've got to go with Chilton just due to his association with the Replacements and that the Replacements wrote a song called Alex Chilton. They didn't write one called Chris Bell.
The Chilton songs get the nod from me. But reading up on Chris Bell's contributions to Big Star, they were just as important. He seemed like he was a master behind the scenes in the studio. And given the time that they had, really ardent studios where they recorded this, makes some of these songs sound crisp and, a time of their own that you just can't find on, a Foghat or Black Oak, Arkansas album from 1972.
Plus, there is no way the dark horse of the India song is making it and bumping Mr. Hummel up to the top of the list.
Let's give it up for Andy Hummel, the bass player, for composing the sickest earworm of the whole album, which is the India song.
My least favorite track on the album, as a matter of fact, was the India song.
The use of the mellotron to make that flute sound is just, it's top notch.
That's a split decision.
So we have two adjectives to describe the song on number one record to someone who's never heard it.
What do you say we play a little Password Plus?
Alan Ludden has handed me the card, so my first clue would go something like this, and of course I'm partnered with Jamie Farr. Birds. And Jamie wouldn't get it and make some joke about Tony Pacos, and then I would have to really put it together and try to convince Jamie, and I would just continue with my thought of the birds, and I think I'd just go rejuvenated, and I still don't think Jamie Farr will get it because unfortunately, as everyone knows, Jamie Farr didn't get a copy of number one record because of poor distribution.
Really can't believe that this album sold less than 10,000 copies. When you look back at it, it's such an acclaimed album, it seems like, but that's shockingly low numbers for such a great album.
Now, something I never knew going into this was just one day I think they walked outside the studio, going to get some snacks for the recording session, And they came upon a Big Star grocery store down in Memphis, Tennessee, and said, hey, let's call our band Big Star. It got me thinking, what store in my neck of the woods would I call a band after on just a whim like that? Downtown Weirton, Stone and Thomas. Now, I never knew who Stone was. I never knew who Thomas was, but that was a very powerful duo growing up. And looking back, I could see Stone and Thomas having a lot of chart-topping hits, at least in my mind. Probably the same way Big Star thought they were having big hits with number one record in their minds, which they probably should have had more success.
I always thought Big Star was named after them being from Texas, which they are not. So if I had to name my band after a grocery store chain, I would go with the name Piggly Wigglies. And to set the record straight of exactly what I was trying to accomplish on my first album, I would name it Bringing Home the Bacon. And I want to bring home some scratch, some cheddar, some moolah.
Without divulging the answers, I've been told that the bar's been set pretty high. So I'm going to go with band name Hoagie Shack. Record title, Masterpiece Included.
It's 1972. You just picked up a rare copy of number one record. What you gonna do?
You feel confident. So you go and you try to hit up the local watering hole, Lito's Bar. Shout out to you, Weirton, West Virginia, where we grew up, with your fake ID. Because, yeah, you're not 21 yet, but you feel confident enough that you can get in and spread your hipness to other people.
Going straight up that jukebox because I'm tired of hearing Black Dog over and over. I put my quarter in and I play Feels. And the guy named Tim next to me smiles and tips his natural light at me. And I look back and say, this ain't no Zeppelin, Tim. This is Big Star. This is Feels. I feel like I'm dying to let you know just how good this is.
You're going to put the song on Don't Lie to Me, which is a rip-roaring good rock song that makes you feel like you could get into a bar fight easily. You're going to follow it up with the Ballad of El Goodo. Ain't no one going to turn me around. And everyone sings together, and you have just become damn coolest person in the entire town.
The song I would put on there on the jukebox is My Life Is Right. Even though I went with Chilton earlier, this is a Bell song, but I like it because I can play it on the jukebox. It's still got a little bit of a soft beginning, so I'm walking back to the seat before I kind of start rocking out. So I'm telling people, hey, get ready. It's coming. Oh, it's coming, baby. My life is right. And I think I'd be the hit of the party. Everyone would love me, and they'd start a fan club for me. So my life is right.
All right, we take a look at our final ratings for number one record by Big Star. Adam had the highest rating with the 7, Jack a 5.56. Overall, between the three of us, we averaged it out to a 6.50. Our favorite tracks on number one record, The Ballad of El Goodo, big place in all three of our hearts, scored a 28. 13, In the Street, and My Life is Right, all scored to round us off at the top 4 for this album.
The question we ask and the premise of every podcast for us is number one record by Big Star an album you need to hear before you die? For me, it's a yes. It's a must listen. And for you to earn your spot as becoming the hippest damn person in your town, you must listen to number one record. I give it 5 Big Star booms and think it's certainly worth your time to hear not only what Alex Chilton had to offer, but also so you could understand what the replacement song is about, named Alex Chilton. And it also makes you really aware that they are way more than just the That 70s Show theme song. And Red Foreman says, the first rule to being a man is you're going to spend your life doing crap you don't want to do. Listening to Big Star's number one record is not crap that you have to do. It's crap that you need to do.
Believe it or not, going into this, I thought I'd be split. Because I do. I like Radio City a lot. And I like their third album a lot, too. You can't go wrong with any of their stuff. You know, there's something about the innocence in a song like 13. My Life is Right. It's a great Chris Bell composition. Watch the Sunrise is a great Alex Chilton composition. You like some Badfinger? even a little soft rock, this could probably tickle that bone too. So yeah, listen to this before you die. Jack, what do you think?
I will succinctly answer with yes. This is an album you must hear before you die, not necessarily because it's a great record, but it stands for a principle that what is popular may not necessarily be good, and what is good might not necessarily be popular. These guys had every ingredient and every box checked for this to, in fact, be a number one record. I am going to go with yes, this is a record you must hear before you die. My Life is Right, my jukebox song, and the Ballad of El Goodo or Godot. Alex Chilton is a smart fella.
Hey, thanks for listening. We're going to try to get in 22 episodes for season 2. That is our goal by the end of 2025. If you're listening on YouTube, give us a like and a comment. Subscribe for a new episode just about every Monday. Spotify is the same way. We'll have a new episode each Monday. And if you can give us a rating if you want to comment there too, we'd love to hear from you. We're going to try to keep episodes around 12 minutes here in season 2. That way you don't have to listen to a podcast that is an hour and a half to 2 hours. You can just listen to some short takes on some of your favorite albums or albums that you may never have heard of before. All right, I've got the spin for the second album this season. It'll be our 26th overall. Let's see what I get. And the wheel is spinning, and I get Sabu's Paulo Congo. All right, looks like we're going to get some Congo music next. For Adam and Jack, I am Justin. Thanks for listening to Wheel of Albums. We'll see you next week with Paulo Congo on Wheel of Albums.
Man, did Big Star have some big balls. Only having 10,000 copies sold, probably not going to get you to number one. So nice try, guys. Just kind of missed the mark by a little bit. But you live in infamy with such a great album.